this electronic transmission looks like a cure-all drug for our elections.
Let us start from somewhere, Mr. Okoro. Let us start from somewhere. Since we have identified it, that was the major issue in the last election.
Okay.
We want to solve it.
So, would that take care of issues like vote buying, underage registration?
When we sort out this one, then we go into the next one. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You cannot solve all the problem at the same time. It is when we have gotten this one right, we said, okay, now who are those people buying votes? And who is paying the money? Where is the money coming from? We now ask our mom to talk. You said you are going to invite EFCC. You are going to invite God to arrest those people doing it. It is not enough. Sanction that party that is behind it. Yes, sanction that party. That's what I'm saying here. Because that money they are wasting, I don't think it's somebody's money, hard-earned money. No,
INEC says it is the responsibility of security agencies, to sanction people that were caught in vote buying and all of that.
So if you don't say so, how will they know what they are doing, whether it's part of the electoral system or not? You can see now, all of them trying to assume their responsibility. Is it not INEC that raised the alarm and even speak about it? Is it not INEC? At least sanction the party, especially this party that are gone ahead to start campaign ahead of time. It is you, INEC, that will say, no, this is not the rule of the game. Have they spoken? The answer is no. The answer is no. So is it the DSS or police that will come and tell you it is not yet time for campaign? It is INEC, because that's their responsibility. You have to set the standard. You have to set the parameters. And somebody is violating your own game. That is the game you are supposed to be the umpire. Somebody is violating it and you are keeping quiet. How will the DSS and police come into the matter if you don't raise the alarm? Has he offered any press conference on this matter, Mr. Guru? Have you seen the chairman of INEC? At least you must have done your own due diligence, your own undercover investigation to know the particular party that is behind it. Yes. There is no way you wouldn't have done by now. And then you come out with a press release and frown at it and call out the people behind it. But he will never do that. Mr. Okoro, this INEC is in bed with the ruling party. He will never do that.
Well, Barrister, I'm not...
All this thing about electronic whatever. If we have sorted out the initial issues,
which is
good,
or which are
good. All those things that has happened in our polity, in our democracy, that nobody paid attention to.
Barrister, things like what?
Look, okay. I'm coming.
Okay, sir.
Good. It was in this country that somebody changed our national anthem within 24 hours. Nobody said anything. It was in this country that a state of emergency was declared, where there should be none. And nobody said anything. So this man was testing his powers to see whether anybody can challenge him. And since he was getting away with all those things, that was why he went further. To be doing this thing he's doing with Wike in Rivers State. And still, nobody paid attention. Nobody said anything. Not even a protest. You can go on and on and see so many things that has happened. Mr. Okoro, under the watch of this administration, we lost 210 trillion naira at an NPC, where somebody is the minister of petroleum. And nobody have asked questions. Nobody said that. It's as if nothing happened. 210 trillion naira. And it's as if nothing has happened. Nobody is being asked, let us know where this money went to, who took it and all that. So when you have allowed all those ones,
all right. You have raised 3 points. Now, the first one you raised was the issue of changing our national anthem. The second one was the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State, and the third one is the missing 210 trillion naira. Now, the first two issues, when you frame them around more like executive recklessness, it becomes worrisome. No, it becomes worrisome because the president didn't do that through executive fiat. He went to the National Assembly.
No,
and they changed, Barrister, excuse me, sir. Didn't he go to the National Assembly?
He did it before he went to them. That is even the more reason why you should have shut it down.
Barrister, let's take them one after the other.
He took that decision.
Barrister, let's take them one after the other. Barrister, let's take them one after the other. First, the changing of the National Anthem. Was it the president that said, I've changed the National Anthem? It was the National Assembly. Why didn't they say no? When you talk about the state of emergency declaration, there's a constitutional provision that says you can't do that, but you need to get approval from the Senate within 48 hours. And which the president did. No, he did.
Hold on. Mr. Okoro, the question is, when you and I know that this thing ought not to be, what did we do? Nothing.
Barrister, you and I, how?
Yes.
How? I've just told you that the president didn't change the National Assembly.
That is
through executive fiat. He went to the National Assembly, the National Anthem, rather.
What was the basis?
Because why didn't the National Assembly reject it?
No, it is you and I. Why didn't we reject it?
No, we sent people there to go and represent us. Why didn't they?
It is you and I. We are the people. Look, the power resides in us, Mr. Ogoro.
Okay.
We have not been exercising our rights. So all these hoopla now about electronic transmission of results. Is it not you and I that are clamoring for it?
We are, and at the end of the day, it looks like the Senate just played us overhead, like in football and soccer. Because at the end of the day, they left it at its way.
Good. That will tell you that the people you send there, they are now on their own.
Okay.
They don't even have any regard for you. That's the truth. They are now in bed with the executive. So it falls on you and I. You and I, yes, we are not doing enough, Okoro. I'm not joking. We are not doing enough for Nigeria. I keep telling you that we have been hypnotized.
Nigerians are doing enough. Look at what happened in the presence of the National Assembly the other day.
We are not. Seriously. There are things that we would have taken charge of. But we don't. When they occupied Ojota, you saw the ruckus that followed. When they occupied Ojota in 2012. You saw what followed. You saw what happened. And so, even the so-called opposition, are they talking? They are not talking.
I don't know why you are framing it around religious affiliation,
because that's
Christian, Muslim.
Some people,
and I told you that Atayiru Jega, a Muslim, conducted an election where a sitting president lost an election.
What is wrong with that?
No, I'm asking you.
What is wrong with that?
So why are you saying because Mahmoud Yakubu conducted...
Jega did the right thing now. Didn't the president...
But he's Muslim. You say Christians tend to do better.
Listen very well.
No, Barrister, that's what you say.
Listen very well.
Okay.
Jega cannot be compared with what Mahmoud Yakubu did in office. Are you getting what I'm saying? At least the Christian man who was there, Jonathan, surrendered to whatever he did. And nobody broke any head. That's what I'm saying here. I said, compare notes, compare this past INEC chairman with this Mahmoud Yakubu. None of them brought us to this sorry state. That's what I'm saying here.
But Barrister, I'm not sure we should frame this discussion around, especially the position.
Okay, go and ask those Islamic clerics who were saying that the man should go because he wrote one article as a Christian. Go and ask them now.
Okay, that's your premise.
Yeah, of course now.
Okay, because
I told you that everything in Nigeria today is either tribal, political, or religiously attached.
Okay.
You must attach
Where would that track lead us to? Is it a track that we should promote? Is it going to solve our problems as a people?
Until all of us are ready. Mr. Okoro, until all of us are ready, are you going to be different? No, in fact, the crowd of opposition will swallow your opinion. You have to flow with the times. Until we all come together one day and say, look, our foolishness is enough. Let us do the right thing because we see what is going on outside here. We see how the world has moved on.
These are your lawyer colleagues. Let's have your reaction to their position on what we've been going back and forth, the electoral reforms and all of that. People seem to concentrate on one aspect of it. What's your reaction to all of this?
My reaction is that we're expecting too much because you cannot give what you don't have. It is when you have a credible leadership that you can expect credible election, free and fair election. And so when you have seen the leadership and the way they have been going about their administration, what are you expecting from them? It's like waiting to bring water out of stone. It can never happen. Seriously, it can never happen. Since 2023, we have been on this matter. raising hell about the leadership of the country and how they are going about it. People just pretend. In fact, they were calling us names, especially me. But I knew that where we are going, it will not all go well.
INEC says it will use the FCTA, the local government elections coming up, sometime in February 21, and the Ekiti elections to test 2027. That was exactly the same thing we were told during the Anambra elections. So if we are told in last year that we will use Anambra election, and now we are told that they will use Ekiti and FCTA elections, probably, Barrister, do you think that in 2027, the might just tell us that they are going to use 2027 to test 2031 election?
We have tested enough.
Okay.
Mr. Okoro, we have tested enough. It's like somebody who went to go and buy market. You want to go and buy suya. You tell the man, oh yeah, cut small for me, let me test it. After eating that one, you say, cut again, I want to test it. The man will cut and give you. He said, cut again. How many will you finish the meat with testing?
But some people believe that INEC is not a problem now, the National Assembly, because INEC is waiting for them to come up with the amended Electoral Act so that they can go to work. So let's talk about INEC's preparedness.
INEC is already prepared. It's just that this INEC is so docile. He's looking for a way to pass his responsibility to somebody else. For once, he's a Christian. Abi? I didn't even know that somebody is going to challenge his Christianity. I was thinking that being a Christian now, something better is coming, because the 2 or 3 Christians that have conducted the election in this country as INEC chairman, they didn't do badly. Nwosu is there. Humphrey Nwosu. You saw what he did, and he's a Christian. He was a Christian. Is that not true?
But then, okay, go ahead.
Then this other man, Ovie Whiskey, I think, he's always.
That's 1979.
Good. All those ones, at least their Christian background gave me hope when this man was coming.
Barrister, why are you framing it around religious affiliation?
Because
brother Morris, is he not a Christian?
He did well. He did well.
Compared
to what Mahmoud Yakubu did.
Okay.
Morris Iwu was a saint. I'm not joking. Okay. If you compare him with what this man did, Mahmoud Yakubu did, Morris Iwu was a saint.
Under Jega's watch, a sitting president lost an election.
And nothing happened, and nobody break any head.
So will you ask, what will you score Jega? Jega, how will you rate him?
He did well.
But he's Muslim.
That's what I'm saying now.
So why are you framing it around religious affiliation?
Oh, Mr. Okoro, I said, compare with Mahmoud Yakubu. These people did well, but they cannot do as much as Humphrey Nwosu or Ovie Whiskey. All those Christians that are doing at the saddle, they didn't bring us to this level. They never did.
And
yes, that's the difference.
Atiku Abubakar went to Babangida recently, and met him. And in the course of that meeting, Sheyi Makinde made, on the scene. And after the meeting, Ayo Fayose, former governor of Ekiti State, came out to tell Nigerians that, Atiku and Babangida are discussing the possibility of using Makinde, to fill as running mate. As a matter of fact, he said Makinde is ready to pay 10 billion naira to be Atiku's running mate. And that the Obi ticket, is dead on arrival. Barrister, how do you react to that? Coming from Ayo Fayose.
Well, nature abhors a vacuum.
Okay.
Is that not?
Okay.
Yes. There is a vacuum in the ambition of Atiku, and somebody had to fill it. So why should I blame him?
When you say there's a vacuum in the ambition
because
of Atiku,
Atiku need a running mate from the south.
Okay.
And so since the only one that is more credible than every other person has insisted on what he wants to do, so another person want to take advantage of it. Do you blame him?
Okay.
Do you blame him there? You know my position on this matter. So I won't blame Makinde. I won't blame him. If you like, let him pay 1 trillion.
Is it a celebrity proposition?
It may not, but they are going to put spanner in the works, because that is going to divide somebody's vote somehow. Okay. Yes, that is going to have effect. Even if it is the entire Oyo state, if their vote is going to go to Makinde and Atiku, is it not something? So
at least in 2023, they delivered around 444,000 votes to the APC.
They may do more than that this time around.
Okay.
And I'm sure some people in Abuja are aware of this. Yes, they are aware of this, so that the votes of these other people who want to hijack this thing from you will be divided, especially in
Barrister, why are you speaking in tongues now?
Why would I speak like that? No, why would I speak like that?
The votes of these other people and these other people. We are calling them, and you are saying these other people and these other people.
Yes, now you add 2 and 2 together. Now you have to fix in the gap.
What if I don't know arithmetic or mathematics?
No, you have to learn it now.
How about our viewers?
They know already. They know more than you. Yes.
Okay, so I'm the dullard here. I don't know mathematics. I'm the only one who doesn't understand it.
You told me you failed maths.
I didn't tell you that, Barrister. I didn't tell you that.
There's nothing wrong if you fail maths and pass.
No, there is something wrong because I know you failed mathematics too.
It's not just U.S. intervention. U.S. want to save you from destroying yourself. Because these things have been going on over the years and nobody's paying attention to them. All the activities of these people over the years, is it not what has caused us the insecurity we are having today? We see known terrorists among us, and we are still hobnobbing with them instead of sanctioning them. You remember what this Aerofile said about body bags and people going home on, all those reckless statements. And you saw what happened under his watch in Kaduna. How Christians were killed en masse, and he never bothered. All the things he have said about Christians, with his own mouth. So what are you saying? So why did he introduce Sharia in Kano? What was the reason for that? If every other person begin to do that, where do you think all of us are going to be by now? So those who are playing the religious card, they don't wish us well. And we should sanction them because they are the problem of this insecurity. Yes. Okay, so
as far as you're concerned, this intervention is welcome.
It's more than welcome.
Not just in our defense, but in our politics.
Everywhere, because the thing has permeated every sector of our life. The thing is that, when somebody wants to run away from his responsibility, he will look for somebody to blame. The question is, what the U.S. is accusing Kwakwanso of? Is it a fact? Because did he not introduce the what is it called now? Sharia in Kano? Did he do that or not? Is that what he's supposed to do? Nigeria is a secular state, for God's sake.
Why are they starting with Kwakwanso?
Because what are you telling me? He's the one that started all these things.
No,
now.
He wasn't. It was
Yerima is no longer in office.
Shetima is Kwakwanso in office.
Good. Yerima is no longer and is not prominent in this political dispensation.
Okay.
So they want to tell you that this man that wants to become
just like Kwakwanso is no longer prominent. He's just an aspirant.
Hold on, Mr. Okoro. I like what the U.S. have done. You see, over there, whenever you are coming up for political office, they go to your root.
Okay.
They go to your root. They start from your childhood. They are telling Nigerians that you see this man that is coming, he has a very bad antecedent. And they brought it up. So somebody who introduced Sharia when he was the governor, please, if he becomes the president, what will he introduce? Is it not jihad? No, just look at it from that angle. The U.S. is trying to alert us on who this man. Many people don't even know that Kwakwanso have such a background. They didn't know that he introduced the Sharia while he was in office. Apart from this other thing he did when Jonathan was in office, that he told Jonathan, remove Festus Odimegwu, the man who wanted to give us a scientific census to know how many we are. He said that Jonathan should remove this man if he wants a second term. And at the end of the day, Jonathan removed the man and they never gave him second term. So Kwakwanso has a very bad antecedent. And the U.S. is trying to point at it so that we don't make another mistake. A man who introduced Sharia, when he become the president, he will introduce the jihad. That's just the simple truth. Is it not obvious? From what they have said and what they have done so far, is it not obvious that these guys, their own intention of getting power is to introduce what? Jihad. You can see it in their utterances, in their behavior, in their body language.
Mr. Gomo, a lot of Nigerians, many Nigerians, you know, see it as troubling, and it's concerning to them that, I mean, America is going beyond its brief. You know, that I think they understand that there's a bilateral agreement with United States in terms of military cooperation, but they don't see that in politics. Why are they wading into Nigeria's politics? Nigerians are asking.
Because you do not do that. You have not taken charge of your affairs. That's why somebody wants to do it for you.
So are we asking America to come and take over Nigeria? Or
if the leadership of this country did not want it, they would have said something about it. Yeah, the leadership of this country is tacitly in cahoot with the Americans. You remember we copied this democracy from America, and they don't want to see you mess it up. It is their baby. Yes, it is their presidential democracy is the baby of America. They molded it, they nurtured it, they introduced it, they invented it. And so they wouldn't want you to mess it up, Mr. Okoro. Yeah, it's their baby. They want to tell you that this is how these things are done. Yes. What is wrong with that? No, tell me, what is wrong with that? You collected my product and I gave you the manual on how to use it. When I see you misusing it another, won't I be worried? I will be worried now. That is the truth. So America wants to tell you how democracy is done, how it is practiced. After all, they have Muslims in America. And this type of nonsense is never had. It's never had. Why would some particular ethnic group or religious group want everybody to kowtow to them?
But okay, now, Mr. Gomo, how much of this proposed legislation is going to affect Kwakwanso's chances?
I think it's dead on arrival.
Really?
It's dead on arrival. He can't even go forward now. I'm not joking. Okay. Because knowing fully well that America will not support him.
Can we interrogate the antecedents of the current vice president, Kassim Shettima, when he was governor of Borno State?
No, before that time, America have not taken interest in Nigeria.
Okay.
And now that the man has been chosen and things are going this way, you can see that they don't want him again. Yes, that's why they are saying that no more Muslim tickets.
Who said that?
The Americans.
At what point? I didn't hear that.
I said they have said it. That's why Shettima, his position is shaking. You can see on several forums when they introduce the Tinubu, you will hear the vice, and people are beginning to put two and two together. Is that not true? And because the Muslim ticket did not help us, so why must we continue with it? Mr. Okoro, under their watch, look at how Nigeria is. So people believe that it is this Muslim ticket that is giving the terrorists and their followers the impetus to do what they are doing. That their brothers are in charge, they are in power.
Okay.
And so they can
right.
do. So we want to stop it.
All right.
If they don't find out where that 210 trillion naira is, this election is already compromised. Because that money, whoever took it, is going to use it to compromise this election. And in fact, all our democratic
every time you keep talking about the 210 trillion naira, I mean, it's unaccounted for 10 years and not just 2 years.
Under whose administration? Another which party?
Well, but I know they are the same party, but the different administration. So when Buhari was alive, why didn't you raise those issues?
Hold on. They cleverly told you that it was between so that this administration will be exonerated.
But so let's come back to our point here. Now, beyond the tech issues, lawyers have also identified other problems like voter registration exercise. We understand what is going on now in political parties also doing their own registration. Vote buying, election violence, infrastructure gap. Why is it that people are only concentrating on the electronic transmission of votes?
Because that is what they want you to do. You know, they have psychologically conditioned your mind. When they want, look, what they did now is where they were going all along.
What who did?
This thing that Ababio did is where they wanted you to. They know that you are going to protest, and then when you now protest, they will now put it neither here nor there, electronic and manual. That was what they wanted to do ab initio. That's where you are going. Unfortunately, Nigeria didn't see it.
But it has always been like that.
It has not always been. Mr. Okoro, it has not always been, because we know in this country, a president had to subpedal. In fact, he had to surrender to protest when he wanted to remove fuel subsidy.